Hi everyone, does game night grind to a halt because someone takes forever on their turn? Today we're upgrading the fix. Welcome back to Game Night Buzzer, a DIY one-button chess clock style timer. In the first episode, we built the Raspberry Pi LED turn timer with a single button and a buzzer. Today we're adding on a 16:2 LCD screen so you can see the number of seconds remaining at a glance while keeping the LEDs and the beeping. Now, if you're watching this in 2025, stick around to the end for details on my giveaway and how to enter. Now let's get started. Press to start game timer. There's a button down here. Press the button. And for the purpose of this video, each turn is only going to be 10 seconds. And now it has 4 seconds and 2 seconds and you're out of time. So now you got to press the button to start player number 2. And player number 2 will also get 10 seconds. But let's say player number 2 says they don't need 10 seconds. They press the button, it toggles back over to the other player and starts the timer over again until time runs out. And that was a demo of this project. For this project, the materials you'll need, and we are going to start off where I left off in the previous project. So in the previous project, we got out our Raspberry Pi, all the peripherals, power cables that we needed for that. We got a breadboard, 3 LEDs, 3 resistors of 330 ohms each, our button, our piezo buzzer, a whole bunch of male to female, female to male, female to female jumper, wires. For the final project, I also have this 3D printed case, which I will leave a link to. For this project, you'll need your LCD screen, and I'm using one with that backpack, I²C with the backpack, because that makes the wiring a lot easier. With that, you may need a small Phillips head screwdriver to adjust the contrast on the screen here, and you'll need some more cables as well. And for the final project, I am using these integrated LEDs with resistors just to make it a little bit easier on myself. We are starting off with our default Raspberry Pi desktop, and I'm going to open up a web browser, and I'm going to go to my GitHub page, and I will link to this below. I'll also open a terminal. In our GitHub, the first thing we want to do is we want to do a sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Right click, and I'm going to copy and then go over to the terminal, and I'm going to hit paste. Hit enter. Excellent, we are up to date. Next, I'm going to GitClone our repository. Right click and copy. Go over here and right click and paste. And if you did this in the previous video, then you don't need to worry about doing this again. You should have GitCloned all of the code. Excellent. Let's go over to our file manager now and see what we have. We have a Game Night Buzzer folder now. Double click on Game Night Buzzer, and now you have all of the files that you'll need for this project. Project that we're doing this time around is I²C LCD. I'll double click on that. And I'm just going to quickly review what we did in the previous video. So first, I'm going to throw up my wiring diagram. The green LED is connected to GPIO 23, yellow LED is connected to GPIO 24, red is connected to GPIO 25, the buzzer is connected to GPIO 18, button is connected to GPIO 17, and then we will add on the LCD screen here shortly. Now let's test the LEDs. I'm going to right click 1-LEDs and open up in Genie. And let's run the LEDs and see if it starts working. And there we go, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red, green, yellow, red. I'm going to Control-C to get out of this. So we have verified that the LEDs are wired up correctly, are working properly. Next, let's verify the buzzer is working properly. Right click on the buzzer file, open it up in Genie, and let's check to see if this buzzer is working. And yes, the buzzer is working, and I'm going to Control-C to stop this. Next, I am going to go back to our folder, and I'm going to see if the button is working. So right click, Genie, and I'm going to hit run. And it says press the button to start. and then it says button pressed, then it resets. And that's what this program does. The button is now working. I'm going to hit Control C to get out of this. We have our first project working. We have our LEDs, our buzzer, and our button working. Now let us move forward to the testing of the LCD. So now we need to wire up our LCD. Let me throw up our wiring diagram here to add this LCD screen, and I'm going to connect the SDA to GPIO2, SCL to GPIO3, VCC to the 5 volts, and ground to ground. And then you should see your screen come to life like this. And as I mentioned during the materials, if you need to adjust the contrast, just simply turn this, maybe not all the way up, but pretty good. And we can adjust it as we move forward. Now that we have our LCD connected, I'm going to go over to my Raspberry icon, click there, and then I'm going to go over to Preferences, and I'm going to go over to Raspberry Pi configuration. We do need to enable LCD screen, and I'm going to click on Interfaces, and I'm going to click on I²C. I'm going to hit Enable. I'm going to click OK, Updating configuration. Yes, I would like to reboot. Open our File Manager, and in our File Manager, I'm going to double click on Game Night Buzzer, and I'm going to click on Pi-LCD, and I'm going to right click on /test-LCD, and we're going to test our LCD. And I'm going to hit Run, and it says check LCD for message, and our LCD says welcome to game night. Perfect. That is the expected result. I'm going to hit Control C to get out of this. Now let's go back to our File Manager. If you need to clear the LCD, I just put this on here just in case you needed this. Sometimes I just like to clear it off before I use it again. So right click, and if you run it, all it does is just blank out the screen on your LCD. That is an optional step. Now let's go back to Pi-LCD, and we're going to open Timer-LCD with our Genie. For the purposes of this video, I just wanted to point out that I have set the turns to 10 seconds each. You get a warning light at 4 seconds, and you get a warning red light at 2 seconds. Now, if you're going to actually use this for gameplay, generally speaking, you let somebody have 60 seconds instead of 10 seconds for their turn. So I would suggest changing that. But so that this video doesn't drag on and on and on, we're going to do 10 seconds. To run our final code, and I've opened up Timer-LCD, and I'm going to hit Run. And we're ready to start the timer. I'll hit the button, and it is counting down. And we have 3 seconds, 2 seconds to go, and time is up. Next, I'll press the button, start the timer again, and when you're ready to restart the timer and put it to somebody else's turn, you just hit the button, and it moves back to their turn. And that's how this works. And now I have put it all together in this 3D printed case with a breadboard. There's a spot for the piezo buzzer. This is the button. And here are my 3 LEDs and my LCD screen. And this is the final product here. So I will leave the STL files so that you can print this at home if you have a 3D printer and really make this a gadget that you can use on game night. And that's the LCD upgrade. 1 button to flip turns, LEDs for color warnings, and a buzzer at 0. And now a clear time readout on the LCD screen. Faster turns, fewer arguments, no confusion. In the next video, we'll modify this project again. So please stay tuned and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a thing. We are going to do this with other hardware such as this Google AI voice kit that's discontinued. If you're watching this in 2025, I'm giving away 3 of these kits, 1 each month in September, October, and November. The Raspberry Pi 3 is not included. You'll need to provide your own. US only. I cover standard shipping within the US, no international. To enter for September 2025, comment on any eligible landscape video that I launch that month and tell me your favorite board game or a project you'd like to see. The description will say it's eligible and include links to the official rules and the entry form, and then you need to submit that form. Entries run September 1st through the 30th. I'll go live and randomly draw and announce a winner. Thanks for watching. Build it, try it out with your favorite game, and see the next episode soon. Bye-bye now.